If you wish to understand how profitable a trade it is, and how honorable a rank, to sell one's person and property for God, to be his slave and his soldier, then listen to the following comparison. Once a king entrusted each of 2 of his subjects with an estate, including all necessary workshops, machinery, horses, weapons, and so forth. But since it was a chaotic and war-ridden age, nothing enjoyed stability. It was destined either to disappear or to change. The king, in his infinite mercy, sent a most noble lieutenant to the 2 men, and by means of a compassionate decree conveyed the following to them. Sell me the property you now hold in trust, so that I may keep it for you. Let it not be destroyed for no purpose. After the wars are over, I will return it to you in a better condition than before. I will regard the trust as your property and pay you a high price for it. As for the machinery and the tools in the workshop, they will be used in my name and at my workbench. But the price and the fee for their use shall be increased 1,000-fold. You will receive all the profit that accrues. You are indigent and resourceless, and unable to provide the cost of these great tasks. So let me assume the provision of all expenses and equipment, and give you all the income and the profit. You shall keep it until this time of demobilization. So see the 5 ways in which you shall profit. Now, if you do not sell me the property, you can see that no one is able to preserve what he possesses, and you too will lose what you now hold. It will go for nothing, and you will lose the high price I offer. The delicate and precious tools and scales, the precious metals waiting to be used, will also lose all value. You will have the trouble and concern of administrating and preserving, but at the same time be punished for betraying your trust. So see the 5 ways in which you may lose. Moreover, if you sell the property to me, you become my soldier and act in my name. Instead of a common prisoner or irregular soldier, you will be the free lieutenant of an exalted monarch. After they had listened to this gracious decree, the more intelligent of the 2 men said, By all means, I am proud and happy to sell. I offer thanks 1,000-fold. But the other was arrogant, selfish, and dissipated. His soul had become as proud as the Pharaoh, as if he was to say eternally on that estate. He ignored the earthquakes and turnouts of this world. He said, No, who is the king? I won't sell my property, nor spoil my enjoyment. After a short time, the first man reached so high a rank that everyone envied his state. He received the favor of the king and lived happily in the king's own palace. The other, by contrast, fell into such a state that everyone pitied him, but also said he deserved it. For as a result of his error, his happiness and property departed, and he suffered punishment and torment. O soul full of caprices, look at the face of truth through the telescope of this parable. As for the king, he is the monarch of pre-eternity and post-eternity, your sustainer and creator. The estates, machinery, tools, and scales are your possessions while in life's fold. Your body, spirit, and heart within those possessions, and your outward and inward senses such as the eye and the tongue, intelligence and imagination. As for the most notable lieutenant, it is the noble messenger of God, and the most wise decree is the wise Quran, which describes the trade we are discussing in this verse. Verily, God has purchased from the believers their persons and property that paradise might be theirs. The surging field of battle is the chaotic surface of the world, which ceaselessly changes, dissolves, and reforms and causes every man to think. Since everything will leave our hands, will perish and be lost, is there no way in which we can transform it into something eternal and preserve it? O Lord, forgive our faults and accept us as your slaves. Make us shareholders of your trust until the time comes when it is taken from us.